Hello everyone and happy Friday. I hope your weekend is off to a great start. Been looking forward to catching up with you guys all day today. So let's see who we've got hanging out here tonight. I saw it was already a big crowd before I signed on. Reds 20876. How you doing, Red? Smoking Kentucky Piper, Corvette Jim, JMZ 56. How are you guys tonight? Great to see you. Tim Fournier, Geoffrey Feinberg, Gray Anthony, Kevin Beringer, Everett Young, Paul the Piper. How is everyone? Luke Reisner, Robert Miller. Great to see you guys. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Big Dave. Hello, Big Dave. Good to see you. Aussie Piper is having some aged burley flake and a Peterson tankard. Becoming a Saturday morning ritual. Well, I'm glad you can make us a part of that ritual, Mick. Thank you so much. Mr. Tolson, Andrew Sirigliano. Hello, Andrew. Algonquin Briar, Briarwood Bandit. Armchair Piper. How's it going, Ed? Hello there. Bona Piper. Hello, Christian. Street Glide Piper 302. Having some haunted bookshop and aroma. Very nice. Doug Owen. We're so happy you're... I'm glad that made you happy, Doug. I'm a one murder guy. That's just the way I am. Everett Young's got some haunted bookshop in his Friday 7 Ellie. Fantastic. And that's what I'm smoking. Haunted bookshop in the Matches Memorial Friday 7 Ellie. Smoking Kentucky Piper is finishing a bowl of Northwoods in his Matches 7 Ellie. Guilty Piper, Steve and Miss Kathy, how you guys doing tonight? Smoking Billy Bud in a poker. Very nice. Very nice, guys. Phil Rivara, hello, Phil. Good to see you. Ah, thank you, Big Dave. It's unintentional. It's driving me crazy. It's so darn itchy. The beard. Dude Rustica, hey Steve, how's it going? Great to see you, buddy. And Michael Case. Sailor in from Southeast Texas. He's having some Sutler Voodoo Queen and a Brevia Straight Billiard. Fantastic. And Andrew's got some haunted bookshop in the Northern Briars Bulldog. Oh, Steve and Kathy got me on the big screen. That makes me feel self-conscious, guys. I'm just teasing, but it is just a very odd feeling to know. And any of you guys that make videos, you know this is true. Somebody somewhere is watching you on a big screen TV. That's just odd to me. Cogs and Sprockets, Warped Cloud Hopper in a 7LE 320 KS. Very nice pipe. Good to see you tonight, my friend. Oh, and Tim, I'm sorry, I've forgotten how to pronounce your name again. Fournier. He's smoking his I Hate Roger Goodell, a finely named blend, in a Sterling Compass poker. Fantastic, Tim. Hillbilly Piper, hello. Yeah, you're right, Everett. This isn't a beard. Everett it sets the standard by what is or is not a beard. Oh, so Doug, you've had the same feeling about Midsummer Murders as I did. I feel like I'm in good company then. Yes, a barber with a straight razor would take care of it in short order, Big Dave. That is the case. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Tim. I hope I'm creating the right atmosphere for your evening by being on your big screen. Yeah, I know a lot of folks do watch YouTube like that. Yoshiro, has Yoshiro showed up? I missed him. Yeah, Jim, you are a beard overachiever. This is true. You and Chad are You set the upper limit there. Everett's kind of the standard in the middle, and I'm way down at the end. I can't grow a beard, to be honest. I sorry, dude. Rustic has distracted me. Rented a theater. Is it a drive-in, Steve? I like the idea of a whole bunch of cars lined up watching me. Oh, thank you, Hillbilly Piper. Been working on that, so tell your wife I said I appreciate her noticing. Ben Case. Hello, Ben. He's having some pirate cake and a Dagner poker. There's Couch. How you doing tonight, Couch? Jeffrey Feinberg. Chad seems to be doing great. He did a live stream earlier tonight that I was able to join for a little while, and he looks fantastic. I mean, he said he's tired. He's you know, but he said he's not feeling sick anymore, which is a good thing. And it was just great to see him. Just great to see him again. Pipes and Bees. Hello there, buddy. Good to see you. Oh, I know what you mean, Street Glide Piper. I've managed to do it, but it took me a while and a lot of trial and error, and I can't always guarantee that I'm going to be able to get the thing up on the big screen. Ah, thank you, Michael Case. Yeah, Doug, the other confusing thing about Midsummer for me was that apparently halfway through this, and it's been playing for, like in season 30 or something. It's been on a really long time. And like halfway through, they just changed the lead actor, but he looks like the other actor, and I believe he even has a similar name. And yet he's got a different family, so it's very confusing. He like goes home, and you're like, why are you with those people? You're supposed to be with the other people. And I don't understand the show. I'm sure it's fine. I know it's got its fans, but like I said, I'm a one murder guy. Takio Kimura, good to see you, buddy. Good afternoon to you. Yeah, Red, so it was Barnaby. That's the guy's name. Now, what I can't figure out is the second Barnaby supposed to be a different character, just with the same name? Because he's got like a completely different family and stuff. So, I don't know. Thank you, Ben. Ben Case and Paul the Piper have both been drumming up likes, and I really appreciate it. The likes do help us a lot in terms of just getting the word out about the show and helping people actually see notifications when the notifications go up. Yeah, they only do a few episodes a year, Phil, but they've been doing it for a really long time. So, well, if you've been watching it, you're probably waiting for the next episode. But the way I watch it, I probably have only seen 10 of them, and there's like, I don't know, there's got to be close to 100 episodes. It might be alternate universes. Thank you, Tim. That is a reasonable explanation. I think he was supposed to be related. Okay. That's my wife's theory. She says that he's a brother or a cousin or something. So, I've got not a whole heck of a lot planned tonight other than smoking some pipes and chatting with you guys. But I do have a couple things I wanted to show you. First off, I already told you it's Haunted Bookshop in the Matches 7 LA. Having a whiskey tonic tonight. It did have ice in it at one point, but It's okay. I don't like a lot of ice because I don't like it diluting things. So it melted pretty quickly. Everett Young is pointing out that Father Brown is good. Father Brown is indeed good, Everett. Thank you for noting that. Kirk from Florida. Hello, Kirk and Rick Spence. Thanks for checking in, Rick. And did I see Jack Kurtz out there? I think I saw Jack there too. Good to see you, Jack. Oh, there is an episode that explains the new Barnaby. Okay. You know, Phil, to be honest, I'm in no position to be criticizing the show because I've watched so little of it. The one thing that I don't like about it is just that it's too many people dying. I can't figure it out. I can't keep track of it. The new inspector is supposed to be the former actor's brother-in-law. Really? Barnaby retired from the series, and the new guy is good, but not as good. Yeah, I know it's big in England. We got some good. When I mentioned it in my Wednesday video, a lot of folks from the UK and also several folks from Australia came in and said, you know, it's a great show. They really enjoy it. Boris the Piper. Hello, Boris. Good evening, good morning to you, sir. What happened to my big glasses? Oh yeah. I don't know, Steve. I started off. I was just going to have a straight whiskey, and then I decided to add some tonic to it. So, and Midsummer definitely has the highest murder rate on Earth. No question about it, Phil. Large form factor ice, make it in a small cooler, and it freezes top down, pushing air impurities to the bottom. Then cut it with a bread. Cogs, I have no idea what that is, but I will look into it because that sounds like something I'd be really interested in. There's Jack Kurtz. He's got his matches pipe with Haunted Bookshop and Jack Daniels, and I bet it's Honey Jack Daniels, isn't it? Good to see you, Jack. All right, Smoking Kentucky Piper. Enjoy the chores. We'll try to provide some pleasant background for you. Ben Case, 2020 Peterson 999 St. Patrick today. Half price. Wow. Smoking pipes. Good deal. Now, I love Morse. Rick Spence. I really love Inspector Morse. I think that's one of the best made detective shows I've seen. I just like the way they develop the character. I have not read any of the Morse novels. I'm going to do that at some point because I'm really impressed by the show. Ah, there, Doug's bringing up Inspector Morse also. Inspector Frost. I'm not familiar with Frost. I'll have to check into that, Doug. Street Glide Piper, I think she watches Midsummer on PBS, the PBS channel here. I don't think that's. I don't think it's like an Acorn or something like that, or BritBox. It may be on those, but I think we just get it on PBS. And yes, there's always an event at Midsummer where people are dying. That's another funny thing about it. Thanks, Phil. Suntory Whiskey and Soda, Bing's favorite with Old Joe Krantz Blue Label. Can't beat that, Takio. Sounds good. All right, Paul. We'll be here when you get back. Oh, that's really cool, Cogs. I'm going to look into that. Couch, maybe later we'll discuss that. We're running really low on topics. And Tim's quoting very old soap operas. Is that still on, Tim? A Touch of Frost. Okay. Interesting. And Paul's back already. So I got something I wanted to show you. This came in the mail today, and I'm really happy and excited. And since Steve and Miss Kathy are there, look at that. I got a new pipe roll that was made by Miss Kathy, and you know, I thought that these were beautiful when I saw the ones that they had in the giveaway, and I was really happy when I saw that she was going to be making more, but I had no idea just how fantastic the quality is. These nice long wraps. The ends are beaded, which is very nice, and it's got a lot of room inside. I mean, this is a large pipe roll. I've got others, and they're just not this big. I mean, I could probably get, you know, billiards, straight billiards. I could probably get 4 pipes in here plus some tobacco, and it's got this nice panel that flips up, and you can put your pipe cleaners and lighter and whatnot in there. That flips down to protect your pipes from those things, but it also provides you a surface for preparing your tobacco if you like, and the whole thing rolls up, and even if you pack it pretty stoutly, you got ample cord to tie it up. And Miss Kathy put a beautiful trout on that for me. So this is going to be my my fishing trip pipe roll. And I'm really pleased with it. It's just beautiful. So thank you guys for doing such a great job. If you guys are interested in this, go to Kilted Piper Steve and Miss Kathy's channel, and in the About section, there's an email that you can use to get in touch with Miss Kathy, or follow her on Instagram. If she wants, maybe she could put her Instagram name in the chat, because she puts them up on Instagram, and you won't be sorry. They're really fantastic quality. Ron Hardcrackers, how you doing, Ron? Ben, I'll talk about that Japanese cotton in just a minute. Portsmouth Piper, hello. So the Japanese cotton that I've been using, so this lighter now has it. I've been kind of slowly switching all my Zippos over to it. What I've decided is that I don't think it's really holding. So if I fill this the same way that I would normally fill a Zippo, and normally I would get about a day's worth of time out of it, it might last me 2 days. But the amazing thing about it is I can put a lot more fluid into this, and it can last me for 4 days, and it doesn't leak out, and it's not like I'm overfilling it. It just has the capacity to hold more. So I think that's the real benefit of it. It's not that it's lasting longer, but it can hold more without evaporating. Absolutely, Kathy. Glad to do it. It's I'm really pleased with it. Yeah, it's a little bit different than a Swiss roll, Tim. Much less sugar. Kevin Beringer, I spoke to Ben, gosh, about a month ago, and he's just been busy. He's working, and he's fine. He was quite happy when I talked to him. We actually traded some messages. But I think he's just been kind of tied up with life, and that's why we haven't seen him. Ah, Doug. Well, it's actually Miss Kathy who's Kilted Piper Steve's wife, and they're in the chat right now. Or you could look for their YouTube page. It's Kilted Piper Steve and Miss Kathy. Um, that's really exciting. I need a lime and a coconut for my drink. I don't know, Couch. I'm not a fan of. Yeah, I like my liquor neat usually, so a lime maybe, but coconut, I don't know. I would drink it out of a coconut. Street Glide Piper, do you by any chance mean pipe stem oxidation remover? It's a benefit of doing this right from the shop. Tim Fournier's moved over to pipe number 2 with some bulk black Cavendish. Yeah, Michael, I've seen those little gaskets, and I don't know. I'm okay with refilling it every couple days. It's yeah, I'm not expecting it to last forever. It was yellow Street Glide Piper, but that's what it turns into after you clean a couple stems in it. It gets darker and darker, and eventually you have to replace it. So I have tried it. I'm probably going to do an actual review of it some Sunday or Wednesday, because I talked about it before and wanted to have some time with it. Bottom line is it works. Yeah, Jim's asking too. It works a lot better than I thought it was going to work, and I'm confused by that. I do not understand the science of how it works. I don't have to, but I'm just a curious kind of guy that likes to understand such things. It does seem to leave, and Jim, I'll be interested if you've seen this as well, a very light pitting behind. So it's almost like it's pulling off the oxidized vulcanite and leaving behind just these little cavities, not like pinholes, but just enough of an undulation that you can't get a really high gloss shine. So what I've been doing with it is I use it, I buff it, and then I look at it and say that's not shiny enough. So then I go to micro mesh pads, and that brings the shine up beautifully. What it's saving is the hand sanding, starting at 220 grit, that is going to change the shape of the stem, and it's going to change the fit to the stumble and all that. So it's really a remarkable product. But if you're just expecting to dunk your stem in it, rinse it off, and go back to smoking your pipe, it's a little bit more involved than that. Yeah, it is a vague label. Ilva put the lime in a coconut. Okay. I saw she was picking flowers earlier, Couch. Black Swan shoe polish. Yeah, that would work. That would work, Phil. I don't know for how long. XJ90X, how you doing, buddy? Good morning to you. I would need a loud Hawaiian shirt and a straw hat, indeed. I was thinking about getting some loud Hawaiian shirts to wear instead of these 3-button shirts, but I didn't. Yeah, Michael Case, it's funny. As much as I hate running out of fluid on these things, there is this So it isn't a nice part of the ritual. And I used to do it every morning. So if I remembered, I would be pretty sure to not run out of fluid. Of course, I didn't always remember. Now I can go 2 to 3 days, if I fill it enough. And that just means I have to have a better memory because I'm not doing it every day. So in a sense, losing that ritual has not really been a good thing. But I do think it's saving on fluid. I don't think I'm using as much fluid. Donald Hughes, hello. No disco ball, no Codger Jim, not yet. No, Tim, I'm sure there's a lot of people that ask about Rick and Magnum being at the club. Absolutely, XJ. That's the point. Saving on that hand sanding and the fine details really is good. If nothing else, it's gonna protect any stamping on the stem as well because it's just very light stamp. Mogassins, no eyebrows. I can see that, Phil. That works too, dude. Rustica. Yes, yes. Jim does fine work getting those stems in a new condition, so you can just send your pipes to him. That requires no sanding on your part. Respectable Piper, hello there. No, Gamecock Piper, this is not the same as the OxyClean soak. So at least in my experience, when I take a vulcanite stem out of OxyClean, or what I usually use is a peroxide solution, which is the same thing, you've got a lot of oxidation that you still need to remove. With this, that's not the case. It just wipes away. There's nothing. The stem is basically black when it comes out of the solution after you scrub it. I can't say how it behaves with brass or any stampings or anything like that. Corvette Jim might have had more experience with those. I've only done 2 stems and neither of them had any of that stuff. Yes, XJ, I think I want to talk to you about this because I think I got it figured out, and I'd like to get your input. So we'll. I'm sorry, XJ. I'm laughing at Steve. We'll let's trade some emails because I think you're right about the plasticizer. Kilted Piper Steve, we definitely need to pray for Cliff. I should have mentioned that. He sent me a message. He can't be here tonight because he is indeed stuck in Alabama with a bunch of cheerleaders. And next thing you know, he will be a mascot. Michael Muirhead, Weybridge, and Bell's White Bright. Very nice, Michael. Do you like that Weybridge? I got some of that on deck for my next pipe. Yeah, I love those. What were they? Zeus and Apollo, the Dobermans that Higgins had. So any fans of the original Magnum PI have thoughts on the new version of it? Just curious about that. I'll cut to the chase. I can't stand it. Pool chlorine is going to be a really strong oxidizer, so it's similar to chlorine bleach. So stem stamping survived fine with the Briarville solution, according to Corvette Jim, but he hasn't tried on any metal. Yeah, you could What I've done when I've used the peroxide is I've coated the metal with a little bit of Vaseline, and that's possible. Takio Yardism was on a live stream earlier tonight, and he seems to be doing quite well. He's still got a ways to go. He said he's still kind of tired and stuff, but he's not feeling sick anymore, and it was great to see him. Pray for the cheerleaders. That's a good one, Phil. Yeah, I don't like reboots either. The new Higgins is better looking, no question, B. Conrad. But yeah, other than that, I can't think of a reason to watch it. Never saw the new Walker Texas Ranger. I can't believe they would do that. See, I wouldn't even know there was a new Magnum PI if it wasn't for the fact that my wife watches a lot of television, so I kind of pick it up by osmosis isn't the right word. It's secondhand TV because I'm not really paying attention, but it's on in the background. Oh yeah, they remade that one too, and that was a shame. Hawaii 5-0 was a fantastic show. There's no question about it. And Jack Lord, man, that guy was cool. I loved that show. That I can remember, being quite young and seeing that wave at the beginning with the drums and everything. That was I used to look forward to that show when it was still a weekly, pre-syndication show. They made a new A-Team? Didn't even know about that, Paul. Yeah, there are some things that just shouldn't be remade there, Steve, and Cool Hand Luke is one of those. There you go, Michael Case. He doesn't like reboots and he doesn't like match tobaccos. Same here. Has one of the supernatural guys. Oh, that's another show that my wife watches, and I was telling her the other day. I was trying. I forgot that was the name of it, but the way I described it to her is that show where everybody talks like Batman. Oh, Thurman's being a jerk, Everett. Amen to that, Phil. No talent left in Hollywood. I'm sure it didn't last long, Paul. Why make the first A-Team? Eh. They had Mr. T and they had to put him in something. Greatest American hero. That was not a good show, Tim. that may have been one of the worst shows ever made. It just suffered. Well, it suffered from a lot, but when you got a superhero that basically has, like, no matter what situation they were in, he would suddenly discover a new superpower that he had that would allow him, and it just got ridiculous. The guy could fly, he could, he was strong, he could walk through walls, he could teleport. It just got kind of ridiculous. That was a bad show. Ron Hardcrackers is stacking up some Newminster Superior rounds and a 70s Caminetto business pipe. KS 102. Good stuff, Ron. So when you stack those, do you crumble up a little on top to get it going? Because I like doing that sometimes, but I always have trouble keeping it burning. There you go, Mick. Yeah, I think it's a similar thing, XJ, with my wife. I don't know who's who, but on the show, but I doubt she's watching it for the for the fine writing. Pegasus of fine blend, Robert Miller and Jack Lord was indeed great. Gong show. All right, so I'm moving over to this 7LE 322 KS, I believe, and I'm gonna have some weighbridge. What is sitting? Oh, this guy here. You missed it, Jim. That's my new pipe roll from Miss Kathy. Unless there's another tobacco. No, that must be what you're talking about. Yeah, Donald, there's not a lot left out there for sure. Rob Sherritt, how you doing, Rob? All right, Tim is going to school me on the Greatest American Hero now. Yes, Connie Selica was fine. He didn't have the manual. There's a manual. He was a superhero. How? What? Does Superman have a manual? Takio, I'm sure it was not intentional on Donald's part. All right, Pipin' CPL, thanks for joining us. You have a good night too. I remember Quark XJ. Here, Cadre Jim, sorry, I didn't mean to, I forgot to pick it up again and show you. That's the pipe roll. It's got a beautiful trout on it. I'm very happy. Yes, Quark was a good show. It was I don't remember there being a sci-fi comedy prior to Quark, and it was pretty well written. I mean, at least as far as I could tell at the time, I was probably still in grade school back then. All right, Rick Spence, go get that girlfriend fed. Thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. Yeah, the Raiders are kind of a black hole of talent, I suppose, Steve. Lester would be an excellent spy. Well, that's an interesting tip, Steve. A little bit of charcoal on top. You know, I believe that's how pipes were lit in days gone by. You know, you take a coal out of the fireplace and put it on top of the tobacco. Oh, Ron, that sounds painful and embarrassing. I hope you were okay. Wild Wild West was a good one too, with James CaneRod. The plant guy, XJ, his name was Ficus. It's the only thing I can remember from Quark. You know, Cogs, I think we really do need to get Lester and Cliff to do something together. That's got to happen. Good point, Michael. We don't know. Did Jeremy Brett light with charcoal? I don't remember that, but it would make sense. That's how you start a smudge pot. Gotcha. Black Sheep Squadron. That was a fine show. I love that. I still catch that sometimes on, I think it's on Comet. And usually on like a Saturday or Sunday night, like around 6 o'clock or so. I really like Black Sheep Squadron. Jimmy Tabaki, how you doing, buddy? Wait, I missed something there, Doug. Was MTM the woman that worked with Dick Van Dyke? Is that who you're talking about there? And the twins with Ficus, yes. Rat Patrol was a good one, Steve. Yeah. Rawhide, I've seen, but I really liked Rat Patrol. Knight Rider, XJ. Jeffrey Feinberg, enjoy your dinner there, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, that always confused me, Tim. So you were talking about Mary Tyler Moore, Doug. I thought she was something else in the Dick Van Dyke Show, but didn't like her very much in her own show. I don't think the 70s were kind to her. Oh, Flip Wilson, yeah. Not Knight Rider. Red Coyote sports car and an ex-con driver. Don't know that one. Father Knows Best. That's a classic. Parikh Piper Skip, how you doing, buddy? Back from shopping. Hope you no worse for the wear. The Avengers and The Prisoner, yeah. Phil and JMZ. The Prisoner was great. I mean, it was very surreal, but it was a great show. And The Avengers, we had to have talked about Miss Peel before, who just recently died. Diana Rigg just died like months ago. Now that was a special person. Jack Benny and Rochester. That's some good comedy. Oh boy, Ron, that's terrible. Yeah, definitely have that looked at. Yes, on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Okay, I'm going to get in trouble for this. That is actually my favorite Bond film. That's the George Lazenby. Uh, yeah, I really like that movie for some reason. I'm not saying the other ones aren't good, but that I just, if I had to rank, pick a number one James Bond film, that would be it. And she might have been why. Yeah, Phil, you're tell him, Ron, you gotta keep up on things like that. Any B movie. Moonraker, yeah, that's a good one. But I can't remember the first one I saw. I wish I could. It might have been Goldfinger. Not sure. Might have been. Live and Let Die. That's a good one too, Skip. Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. Oh, Tim. Indeed, Ron, that is a nice feature. XJ, we seem to have a lot of similar shared experiences when it comes to entertainment. I'm wondering, our ages must be fairly close. Takio, I've only seen one of the Daniel Craig films. I thought it was starting to depart too much from what I enjoyed as Bond, so I didn't see anything. I think I saw, was his first one Casino Royale, the remake of, well, it wasn't a remake actually, but I think I saw that one, and I did not see. No, it was a remake, wasn't it? Whatever the first one was that he was in was a remake. Oh, Ernie Banks and Mickey Mantle. That's cool, Michael. All right, Donald. Be good to your wife and you take care. Boris's first was For Your Eyes Only. There's a Star Wars Christmas special? Didn't even know such a thing existed. I'm older. That's okay, XJ. Secret Agent. Huh. That sounds really familiar, Doug. Okay, XJ, so yeah, I got 2 years on you. Yeah, I know that Peter Sellers, I mean, I don't really consider that to be a real Bond film, but there was the Casino Royale with Peter Sellers, but I can't remember if that was the first one that Daniel Craig was in or not. And it really wasn't a remake because it was a very different. So is the Secret Agent Man song, was that the theme to the Secret Agent that Doug was referring to? Giving him a number and taking away his name. That's a great song. Oh, that's a nice reward, Smoking Kentucky Piper. You must have done a good job. Lancelot Link, yes, Taciturn Richard. It was a chimp dressed up in like people clothes. Yeah, I do remember that. That's interesting. I didn't know they offered it to Cary Grant. George Lucas burned every copy of his Christmas special, Tim. Shame he didn't burn every copy of those Star Wars movies. So speaking of chores, thank you, Smoking Kentucky Piper, for the segue. I played hooky this afternoon. I had a pretty light schedule, work-wise, so after lunch I took my computer out back. It wasn't a nice day. It was kind of overcast and just about 60 degrees, so it was kind of cool, but Took the computer outside and set it up so that every 15-20 minutes I could go and make sure that nothing was on fire at work. And then I did yard work and cleared up all the little branches and twigs and stuff that had fallen over the winter, and pretty much got everything in shape for the lawn guy to start next week. And I'll tell you, it took about 2 hours, and my back was not too happy with all that bending over and standing back up again. So I took a couple of Advil, and I'm feeling kind of okay now. But I'm afraid tomorrow when I try to get out of bed, it's going to be quite painful. Okay, so Casino Royale was the same. Was the first Daniel Craig? Yeah, so that's the one I've seen. Chimp take on Get Smart, yes. All right, Street Glide Piper, thanks for joining us tonight. You have a great weekend. No, Tim, I'll argue that to the end. It was an okay movie, and that's it. You watch your landscapers do the same thing, Jim. Well, look at all that free exercise you lost out on there. Lucas has his own theater in Modesto. All right, Takio. Thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. Have a great weekend. I know you're good with it, Jim. I'm just teasing. All right, Tim. Now, Star Trek, that was fine. That was some good stuff until they started making movies and 600 spin-offs, but interesting. Very interesting, Phil. By the way, XJ, I wanted to tell you that I watched your happy birthday couch video about 4 times and laughed myself silly every time I watched it. That was that was a very well done video. Well, Aussie E. Piper, that sounds like a professional endorsement of having someone else to do it. So I'm gonna quote you on that next time I need to get a quote. Yeah, Phil, I liked Dune. I liked Dune. A lot of people didn't. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Oh, you're not going to hear me knock Star Trek. Well, at least not the original series. So they are remaking Dune, apparently. I don't know where that stands now, because I know they kept running into all sorts of issues with who they were casting and stuff, but I doubt that will be any good. Star Trek is hippy dippy? Yeah, I guess it had sort of a peace love vibe to it. They're like that all the time, XJ? Wow. Oh, Couch, I'm I'm sorry to hear that, but at least you enjoyed it, right? Space 1999 was okay. I'd put that at about the same level as Star Wars. I mean, it's watchable, it's interesting from a sci-fi perspective. It was groundbreaking in its time, but nothing's going to change my life. The original Battlestar Galactica was excellent, yeah. Denis Villeneuve is the director of the remake of Dune. Christian, I'm old and out of the loop, so that doesn't mean anything to me. They're making another Raiders of the Lost Ark movie? Eee. Bambi versus Godzilla? Well, you know, Bambi versus Godzilla is only slightly more ridiculous than King Kong versus Godzilla. There's a size difference there that just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't remember Hardware Wars. Oh, cool, Steph. Man, we can't go to theaters yet, but I'm hoping pretty soon. I miss that. And you'll have to explain to me how that's a. I'm sure they made Kong bigger or something, but you know, just thinking of the original King Kong, I don't see how he would have been a match for the original Godzilla. He's a French-Canadian film director and writer. He directed Sicario, Enemy Arrival, and Prisoners, to name a few. Thank you, Christian. Tim's up to number 3 with some accountant's blend in a Peterson. This is true, Ron. I was watching Buck Rogers the other day. Not the original Buck Rogers, but it's like Buck Rogers in the 20-something century, and they had some interesting outfits for Wilma Deering. Yeah, Steph, that is really cool. I'm looking forward to being able to do that again. You know, we haven't been to a movie in forever. We haven't been, just going out to a restaurant would be nice. And we can now. They're at like 50% occupancy, but my wife is still a little, you know, she's worried. So soon enough. Smoking Kentucky Piper. It so often is a trap. Drop Bear Woodworks. Good day to you, sir. Lost in Space. That's bringing back some childhood memories, Michael. Yeah. Buck Rogers in the 26th century. Yes, that's what it was, Tim. With Tweaky the robot. Actuaries blend. The original War of the Worlds, Steve? Was that, you mean the Orson Welles one, or do you mean something that I don't remember? I don't remember if it was a movie or not. Erin Gray, that's who played Wilma Deering. Yes, yes. Barbarella, yeah. There's several reasons not to like Barbarella. One is that it provided a name for Duran Duran. Interesting, Ron. I guess the movies are more sedentary and they're probably in there for longer. That is an excellent movie, JMZ. The Day the Earth Stood Still. XJ, you're going to have to explain that tobacco. MASH is excellent as well, Sailor. Yeah. Okay, so first one after the radio program. Gotcha. Yeah, Blade Runner was You know, that's a movie that I think should be getting the kind of praise that Star Wars gets. You know, that movie was groundbreaking in so many ways. Hungry like the wolf. I'm having flashbacks to my junior prom. Patrick Grant. Hello, Patrick. How you doing, buddy? I think I'm just about done with this weighbridge. So, Couch, I think what Phil's saying is if you put something over the tenon to sort of create a little bit of a, almost like putting a washer between the stem side of the mortise and the mortise. Boy, I'm messing this up. Between the shank and the stem, just like a little washer of saran wrap, that might be enough to prevent it from turning. I mean, the other thing you can do is you can heat up the tenon, and if it's a K Woody, it's probably got a stinger in it, so that'll conduct the heat in. It'll loosen up that adhesive, and then you put the stem on and turn it, and you'll be able to turn it past and all the way around until it lines up, and then let it cool. Go off counterclockwise. So it doesn't turn far enough. Yeah, so you're going to have to heat it up and turn it a bit. Ah, I got you there, XJ. I got you. Sorry, I was a little slow on the pickup there with actuary blend. I need a pipe cleaner before I load this. So I'm switching back to the 7LE with the matches 7LE with some Haunted Bookshop. But I want to clear the airway first. Yeah, a heat gun would be better, Couch, if you have one. Corvette Jim's got an RC Sands poker and some Boswell Black Cherry. Jim was having an all poker night tonight. Oh. Okay, XJ, what do accountants use for contraception? Their personalities. If there are any accountants in the audience, I apologize. You can try that, Couch, but you might have to use fire. I don't know if the hairdryer will get hot enough. It might. It does indeed, Reds. It's almost magic. There's a more complicated joke in there somewhere, XJ, that, ends with why would they need it? I don't think I mentioned I'm using a tamper tantrum tamper tonight. This is from my buddy Jeff. And I believe that's carved out of ebony. I have a lot of patience, but I don't think I would have the patience to carve that. Yeah, crank it till it aligns, or couch, just sit at an angle when you smoke it. Perique Piper Skip is having another bowl of crooner and a cob. So Skip, how did you like the crooner compared to the gentleman caller? Pipes of bees. I'm also curious, Skip, what your better half thinks of crooner compared to gentleman caller. Because I find it very odd that my wife will let me smoke gentleman caller, but she can't stand crooner. There you go, couch. Problem solved. It's okay, pipes and bees. That's what I thought too, Skip. Yeah. Not getting slammed with the deer tongue, got some of that good burley flavor. All right, XJ. Take care, buddy. If I don't see you, have a nice weekend. Yeah, it's funny, and I've tried it. I've tried just clandestinely smoking crooner, and she knows as soon as I light it up. Uh, Gentleman caller, I can smoke all I want. Very strange. Voodoo07, how you doing, buddy? Glad you made it. Well, Tim, it's better to be a woman repellent than a wrong woman attractant. Likewise, women to men. Yeah, cubed burley is wonderful stuff, Skip. It's slow burning. It doesn't need a lot of relights. It's tasty. I would be pretty happy to just like if I had a. I was gonna say if I had to pick one tobacco. If I had to pick one leaf, and that's all I could have, I would say cube cut burley. White cube cut burley. I could be happy with that. Oh, Latakia might be a contender for that, Boris. You're right. All right, Andrew. Yeah, it's the weather's looking good. I'm gonna be heading out soon myself. Can't wait. It's been a while for me. I've taken a couple years off, and I'm really looking forward to it. Smoking pipes is out of Pegasus in bulk, huh, Robert? It's not my fault. Really, Tim? Congratulations. Tim's book is number 67 on Amazon. 30-minute quick reads. Gamecock Piper, thank you so much, buddy. Enjoyed having you here. Good advice, Phil. Tim, can we find your book just by searching your name on Amazon? Ah, Tim. Yeah, that's impressive, Phil. I can think of two. Gotcha. Thanks, Tim. I'll take a look. So as we're winding down here, it's down to about 7 minutes to 9:30. All right, Mick, you have a great weekend too, buddy. Take care. Put in a plug for next week. Next week we got Phil Rivara joining us for a chat. So I'm really looking forward to talking to Phil and getting to know him a bit better and letting you guys ask him whatever might be on your mind. So that should be fun. We've got a lot of good shows coming up in the next month or so. Hey, Eric the Blue Collar Pipe Smoker. Happy Friday, buddy. Good to see you. So, try to join us next week for our chat with Phil. And beyond that, I'll probably be back Sunday, and we'll have a chat then. I think on Sunday I'll talk a bit more about this oxidation remover stuff, if I remember. I hope I'll remember. And I wanted to say I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know that this, these solo shows, I never know exactly what we're going to talk about. And thanks to you guys, the time just flies by. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate you sticking through during the lulls and such. All right, Steve and Kathy, you guys have a great evening. And Kathy, thanks again for that beautiful pipe roll. You do very nice work. I don't know about that, Phil. I don't have much to ruin, so. Hey, Ron, you know, you gotta take those things as they come. If Pelican Publishing wants to call you an author, you're an author. I'm actually a published author, but none of you would want to read what I write because it's all technical mumbo jumbo. Oh, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. You didn't miss anything there, Drop Bear. We just were sitting here waiting for you to come back. Night, Robert. Thanks. You have a great weekend. Piper on the 45. Thanks. Glad you enjoyed it. You have a great weekend, buddy. A show on pipe smoking and ukuleles? Do you want me to play the ukulele or build a ukulele? All right, Michael Case. That's not true, Eric. I saw that book at a used bookstore. I mean, granted, it was holding up a table leg that had broken, but I did. There's at least 2 copies out there. Don Ho would be proud. So I was actually thinking when I get the shop back together, and I'm getting there. It's going to happen very soon. I was thinking it might be a fun thing to do. I wanted to do some woodworking type stuff. And a ukulele is not that difficult to build, so I thought it might be a fun thing to do, like a series on building a ukulele, and then give it away at the end. Because, you know, how many ukuleles can you have? Especially when you don't play them very well. Compare and contrast the two. That could be a challenge. Paul the Piper is back. Yes, Paul the Hammer indeed. Paul, I should have said this earlier, but thank you for what you did there and helping out Lester and taking care of that problem. We all appreciate it. All right, folks, so we're coming up to 9:30 now. My pipe is nearly done. My drink is finished. I want to thank you folks for joining me tonight. I say it every week, but it's true. This is the highlight of my week. I really enjoy getting together with you guys and sharing a few smokes and having a few laughs. So thanks much. Tune in next week, 8 p.m. Eastern again for Phil Rivara. And hopefully I'll see you in a video on Sunday. You all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll look forward to catching you all again very soon. Take care now, guys.